wasted so much time trying to be good, trying to make myself perfect, and trying to make everybody else happy. And it got me absolutely nowhere. What's up everyone? I'm Taivy, and I'm here to tell you that you don't need anyone's approval to be successful. Now, if you enjoy career advice, pep talks, and relatable content, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I post a lot of videos like this every single week. Okay, now let's get into today's topic. Why do we look for validation in other people? Why do we always value our parents' opinions and our friends' opinions over anything? I used to believe that that was okay, that it was normal. I feel like my desire to be successful stems from my childhood. I always wanted to be perfect, and I always wanted to do everything right. I don't know if that's where my anxiety comes from, but the fear of messing up or not being good enough can really drive you to work extra hard in life, which could be a good thing, but it could quickly turn to a bad thing if it's not well managed. Every opportunity that I got, I was always showing my friends and my family little projects I was working on, even before they were finished. But I realized I was sort of planting the seeds for what would manifest into intense future imposter syndrome that I fight every day to get over. So I'm a fashion designer. I'm currently working on a collection, and I'm also just designing one-of-a-kind pieces, and I will be starting to do customs. But before fashion design, there were other career interests that I had. There are other things that I wanted to do that I still want to do, and I just want to tell you guys what those things were. When I was younger, I was an avid reader. Writing was a huge part of my life growing up. It was a huge hobby of mine. I loved creating stories, creating plot lines and everything, but I would always overthink my work. I always wanted to be a novelist. That was a career interest of mine. It kind of still is, but I put that dream to rest for a while because I was always overthinking everything. I never got a negative response from anyone when it came to stuff that I wrote, but I would always fear that I would never finish a story and it wouldn't be good enough and people would be bored of what I'm writing, so there's really no point in continuing the story, right? If I would just finish a book without anyone else's opinions, I'm pretty sure I would do well if I trusted myself enough, but I didn't. So I kind of regret that, and I want to go back to writing as soon as possible just to see what I'm capable of. Another thing that I wanted to do growing up was to be a singer. I love music so much. I love singing. I wanted to pursue an actual singing career. I had no idea how I'd go about it, but it was something that I've always had a huge interest in, and I do recall my own mother, I feel like, was just telling me it was too much work and that I couldn't do it, mainly because looking back, I feel like she wouldn't have supported me, wouldn't have helped me out in that way. I really wasn't going to get much support from her in that regard, but she is right where she says it is a lot of work. The music industry is not an easy industry to survive in, and I'm aware of that now, but when I was a child, I would have at least appreciated an opportunity to try it. So because my mom didn't support me in that way, I kind of forced myself to just leave it. Once I graduated high school, I just never pursued it in real life. Sometimes I wonder what life would have been like for me had I just made an EP, made 1 or 2 songs in any particular genre, just to see what type of talent I really had. And lastly, when it comes to fashion design, that is what I'm pursuing right now. That is what I love. That is where I feel the most comfortable. I was told, that it wasn't the most stable career option, which it really isn't. I didn't care anymore. It's what I want to do. Even YouTube, this is something that I have wanted to do since I was 14 years old, and I'm finally doing it now, and I'm okay with that. But that's only because I made the choice to do it, not because someone else told me I could do it or I shouldn't do it, I want this video I'm making today to be a wake-up call. Don't wait for your sister or your brother or your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend to tell you that you're good enough, that you deserve the success that you want. Just go out and achieve things that you want to achieve, the things that make you happy. You don't need permission from anyone. I used to think that, oh, well,
I can't do this until this person says it's good.
No one else knows what's good for you but you, and you still have to figure that out. Let this be a wake-up call that you don't need to sit around and wait for your friends to like your work or to like your drawings or to like your sound. You need to be your critic. You need to take control of your life and go out and get the things that you want. I once heard someone say to me that your friends and your family are not your target market anyway. So why do we look for them for approval? Sure, they may be the first line of connection when you're releasing your work. They may be the very first people who actually see you doing what you do. But they're not going to be the end all be all of your revenue that you earn, business that you have, music you put out. They may not be your fans, and that's okay. And we look for validation in people who don't even relate to us. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. I have a YouTube channel and it's running, and most of the people who watch it are not people who are close to me. My family doesn't support me in the way that I thought that they would. And there's friends of mine that don't support me in the way that I would like. And then I have friends that do support me. I have some friends who always watch my videos, who comment, who respond, who hit me up in real life and let me know that I'm doing great, but I cannot rely on those people to be successful. I have to rely on myself and keep making content and to keep filming, because eventually your audience will come and you're going to notice that they're not related to you. You didn't go to high school with them, you didn't go to college with them. The right people will come as long as you're putting in the effort. Listen, until you free yourself from the idea that people need to validate your dreams and your ideas before you execute them, then you'll be stuck forever. And the older you get, the more lost you may feel. So I challenge you to block out other people's projections and negativity. Just go ahead and look inward on what you believe to be true. Then you'll be on your way to achieving your own success. Now, I do have a few solutions that I think will help you guys because they have helped me so far. And I'm continuing to do these things and I'm seeing a lot of fruitful results in my life, both financially, emotionally, physically. Just so many more benefits are happening for me because I'm making a change in my life for my success. The first thing you can do is you can change jobs. If you're watching this video right now and you have a job and you're working either part-time or full-time, but you don't want to work a job in the first place, you want to go do something else, well, change your job. Either quit with savings or look for a different job that will give you the free time to do what it is that you want to do anyway. With changing jobs, you can also save up and coast for a little while. As a fashion designer, it's very hard to just quit cold turkey and to just design if you don't have fabric, if you don't have supplies, if you don't have any clients, and if you are sitting on inventory, it can be kind of challenging to make ends meet. Some other designers that I've spoken to have always suggested to save up your money for at least a year's worth of living and then coast. Some of us don't have that luxury, and so we have to continue working while we pursue our dreams, which can be physically taxing on our bodies and our minds and our spirits. So I totally understand if that's something that you might not be able to do just yet, but keep it in mind for the future in case the opportunity arises where you can actually walk away from your part-time work, full-time work, for a short period of time or longer, just to do what you love. But the funny part about that is if you start doing what you love and you start actually making money from it, it will replace the things that don't bring you any joy. Another thing you should do is write down. Something that has helped me recently was keeping a journal where I write down everything I need to be successful. For me, as a fashion designer, I made a list of everything I needed to be successful. I wrote down the supplies I needed to actually have a design studio. I'm aware that there are certain things that every professional designer needs, so I do my research. As a YouTuber, I knew that there are certain equipment that would help my channel a lot, like a ring light, a camera, MacBook. I wrote all those things down and then I just got to work saving up money so that I could buy those supplies. As a podcaster, I knew that I needed a professional microphone and I needed recording equipment. Whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's providing a business, a service, going for your actual dreams, being an influencer, being a content creator, whatever it is, just isolate that thing that you want to do. Break it down to what you need to achieve those things. Also figure out how you can achieve those things without spending any money right away. Learn from other people who are already doing the thing that you want to do. Ask questions, do your research, watch videos, educate yourself. You don't have to worry about people around you are going to like it or not. Because if you keep making videos, if you keep recording, if you keep filming, if you keep singing, if you keep writing, if you keep doing whatever it is that you want to do, eventually people are going to pay attention to you. If I waited for my family and my friends to like my YouTube channel for me to make content, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you guys right now. Because I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of people in my life who don't care about my content. A lot of family members that I have that don't think my videos are good. There's a lot of people in my life who don't think my content is good. They don't think my content is strong enough. And whatever, I don't care. I don't care. And there's a lot of people who don't think I'll be successful as a designer and would much rather see me working a regular corporate job that would bring me absolute misery. But do I care? No. Because I don't need anyone else's opinion to say if I'm gonna be successful or not, because that's part of the gamble in life anyway. I wasted so much time trying to be good, trying to make myself perfect and trying to make everybody else happy. And it got me absolutely nowhere. The only times I actually was so happy is when I stopped listening to everyone else's opinions and focusing on other people's judgments. A lot of times people are going to say negative things about you because they're projecting their own fears and insecurities onto you. And they want to see you living the life that they wanted or expect of you because of how they may perceive you. They may not really understand what your purpose is and who you're meant to be. And so they cannot wrap their mind around the visions and the dreams that you have because they're not having those dreams that you're having. You know who you are. You know what you want, where you want to go. Please stop worrying about if your friends are gonna think you look good, if your mom likes what you do, if your dad cares. Who cares? When people do say you did well, I love your work, that's when you can say thank you. I appreciate the fact that you are watching my content. Great, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you listen to my music. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But within that, also know that their opinions do not run your life at all. It is completely up to you. That's it for today's video, you guys. Right now, I'm going through so much, and I'm sure you guys are too. But if you want to be successful, seriously, focus on what you want, and you'll go far. Most of the YouTubers I watch anyway don't care anymore, and they're doing what they want to do, and that's why they're making money. That's why they're making a difference. That's why they're building businesses. And they're growing empires for themselves because they believe in themselves, especially when no one else would. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like down below. If you have any suggestions for future content, be sure to leave that as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and do that and hit that bell so you never miss a day when I post. I'm just so grateful that you guys are here supporting me still, that you're still watching. I don't take any of that for granted. With that being said, I'm gonna head off today's video, but I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.